Hello guys, and welcome to another video for Studio One Basic series. For those who've seen the first one, now we're going to go a bit deeper on these videos, the basic ones. So starting a new song from that list over here, we're gonna choose the empty. So you come up with this template window where you can choose either band recording, house techno, instrument sets, mix arrangement, multi-track recording. So these are all presets created by the Presonus guys. And on the right hand side you can choose the sample rate and the resolution, the tempo and the length of your song. So I'm going to leave that as it is for now. If you're not familiar, we can do another video about the sample rate, go a bit deeper for the audio theory and the digital audio theory. I can do that for you. But for now, we're going to go with the empty song, 44K, 24-bit. Do that song title, leave that as it is, and click play overlaps, and we're going to do like this and click OK. So this is the arranger, sorry, which is completely empty. On the top we have the tools, quantize, time base, snap. This is the scratch pad, a very nice tool from the earlier versions. And this is a video player. So in case you're doing arrangements for you're doing scores for music videos or trailers, or for video games or for movies or stuff, so you can open that, load a video and do and start composing music for that video. Great feature. So what I want to talk to you about is that browser, right hand side, the browser. So this is a very handy tool. It comes up either by clicking on the browser or by pressing F5 on your Windows system. So you have this home page. You see the home icon over here, or you can go by the tabs over here. So if you're on the home and click instruments, instantly you go to the next tab on your right, where you can see your instruments that you have installed on your system. So for me, it opens up the Presonus instruments. So remember that Professional comes up with Impact, Midi, which is a very nice synthesizer, Mojito, Presence and Sample One, and then you have any other instrument that you may have installed on your system. A great feature with Studio One, I'll show you now. Let's drag Midi in, and great feature with Studio One is the drag and drop. So Midi, drag and drop, it creates for me. I'll press F3 or I'll go to the mix here, and you're gonna see, guys, that it has the Midi instrument enabled. It created a fader for me, a channel, as in here. Okay, so with one drag and drop, I didn't have to create a fader or a channel and then drag it in or anything. It's just if the system that did that automatically for me. So one of the great features of Studio One in all versions up to number 5 is how quickly everything was done for me by dragging and drop that in. So if I drag that a bit further, you have the instrument options, like the Midi is my output, my MIDI controller is my input. If you have more, you'll see more over here. If you have other faders over here, you can put them in groups like this, and the layers, which obviously now we have only one. So it comes like double clicking over here, you create MIDI events. It's called events in Studio One. So you click and you can expand that, and you can double click on that event, and you have, let me close that. Now let me close the browser, and you have the Midi Editor. So you can, so basically I'm just clicking now as I don't have my MIDI available. So you see that this is how basically it's just a MIDI, very nice MIDI editor. Also, I just loaded the default sounds of that Midi synthesizer, but basically Midi has 2 oscillators, character filter, 2 LFOs, and you have modulation over here. It has chorus, flanger, phaser, delay, reverb, and then if you go to the second tab, you have a gator, EQ, distortion, pan, and also, as all the synthesizers, you have the ADSR options, and then 3 ADSR options, and you have the volume, the velocity. You can put it in polyphonic, monophonic, and you can change also the quality, make it more vintage, like 80s sound, more distorted, vintagey, and you can put it up to supreme depending if you have the high-end computer, or put it in normal. This will like stress your computer up to the maximum, or you can put leave it in normal, as in the optimum normal settings. And then you can have you can create your own filters if you have a MIDI controller or a pad or anything like that, and play with it and assign different filters and envelopes over here. So it's very modern software that comes with Studio One Professional, but we're going to see that in different video. Now I'm going to show you the basics of the. So you have the pen over here. You have the eraser. So basically, all the tools that you need to just click. Or you have this step record. Basically, you can enable that and record half notes, quarter notes, full notes, and all the other stuff, triplets, quadruplets, septuplets, and all that stuff. If you have the MIDI controller available, you can turn the MIDI to a drum view over here, or in a score view if you have the Notion program available. So all of these they can work together very nicely, or you can just say let me check. No, I couldn't do that. Oh, I can do it with a mouse. Okay. I thought I can. Yeah, I can put a key. Can be a flat note over here, maybe. Truck. Yeah, basically, it's better to use that with a Notion, which is the composition program that comes with from Presonus. So yeah, let's go to. I need to show you something else as well. So this is the Midi. I'm going to close the editor by pressing to the edit button, or F2. Okay, and I'm going to open the browser, and I think, let's say, during that composition, I want to drag and drop a second. I'm going to go to the Presence, which is the nice instrument from Presonus again, and look what's going to happen. It says that, do you want to replace the Midi, or you want to keep the Midi and discard the Presence, or you want to combine those two, which I think is a great feature. I'm going to choose combine, and let's look what's happening. So this is amazing, and this works very nicely when you want to do like sound design for your scoring, or if you want to do sound design for your EDM or house music. So this is called like note effect. So what we're going to do with a note effect, with the splitter, sorry, the splitter, I was looking at here. So this is called a splitter. So automatically, when you drag and drop multiple instruments in one event or one track, it creates a splitter automatically for you. And what the splitter does is just splits the same event or the same track into instruments. So you have one, you can do like you can add more splitter, you can add more splitters if you want. But the MIDI, you see here, the MIDI is blue, and here we have like a MIDI control based function. So you drag and drop the MIDI, it says starts from let's say A0 up to G2, and then we say the presence start from G#2 up to the end. So we're gonna play, I'm going to my files over here, or to my loops, and I want to find let's say that MIDI loop over here. I should have some MIDI already. Let's go to my files, MIDI files. Okay, so let's load. So we have to load something in Presence. So I'm gonna load like keyboard B3. Okay, so this MIDI file is combined and applied to both instruments, MIDI and Presence. Okay. I know it sounds awful, but it's only for demonstration. So you see that half the keyboard is being played by the MIDI and the other half is being played by the Presence. But if I apply the yellow and the blue all across the keyboard, everything will be played by both. So that's the purpose of that blue and that yellow. So you assign both keyboards, you just tell them where they belong across the keyboard and they play accordingly. So let's say you play here. So this black area is not working for either of those two. It sounds awful, but it's only for demonstration purposes. So yeah, so we've seen like a couple of features now for Studio One, basic MIDI features and their instruments and how you can bind them together. And if you want to apply a few more, let's say effects on that, let's say you need to apply I don't know, like a if you want to apply a few more, let's say, instruments, you can go here and apply another mojito, and that's been applied to there. And then you can add the splitter between those three, and then the splitter can work. There you go. You can just ask Mojito to play for like that black middle area. There you go. Or you can remove the splitter and have them in line. Okay. Or you can add the splitter over here and another splitter. Let me show you. And you can go to inserts and add a Presonus compressor. Okay, so let's expand that. And you can have a splitter as well in here. So a compressor and you can add another in the inserts, and that works in the same mentality. So you can have a compressor and an EQ. And what the splitter does here in the insert of that multi-instrumental list, you can expand that list over here. Okay, so you have one splitter on the left-hand side where you can see your Mojito, your Presence, and the Mai Tai, and the inserts you have here a compressor and an EQ, and the splitter says how you want me to split those two. So you can either decide to have first the compressor split by split channels, normal, and frequency. So you can say that the compressor works on that frequency. So this is works like a crossover or something, or split it left and right. So let's see how it works like that. So open the compressor. By the way, this is a new compressor in version 5, and you can hear only the right channel works because we said mute the left one, right? So that's the channel split. So here's the thing with the loop. So I'll show you another trick here. So if you click on your MIDI event, click Shift P, it marks the whole duration of the clip, and then hit the /. You see it lights up, so that goes in a loop automatically. You click spacebar, start playing. And then, because you have a channel split, you can either change the volume on each channel. So again, I'm just showing you, this is only for demonstration purposes. We're not mixing properly or whatever. It's just to show you how the splitter works with the instruments and with the inserts of a compressor and an EQ. So the splitter splits the compressor, it splits left and right, and then the signal goes straight to the EQ, which I'm going to show you now. And there it is. Where the splitted signal, according to our diagram here, the splitted signal goes straight to the EQ. So what if I want to split it again? I can split it after or before. So I can split it after, and then I can split it to left and right. Or I can split it before and have a crossover frequency. Let's see how it looks like into the EQ. There it is. So you see that I'm cutting about 600 Hertz, and it starts cutting that frequency off. So if I leave it like this, we'll have the full spectrum. And about 2K. This is what's left. Right, so these are the basic tricks and tips for a few basic stuff. So we've seen the instruments, the browsing instruments, and how we do that with the splitter. I hope you guys liked it. So play with the splitter, combine your instruments from the browser, and then play with it a bit. And hope you guys see you in the next video. Cheers, bye.